How to love better. Empathy is the true mirror. Have you ever noticed how it's sometimes easier to show empathy to a stranger than to someone you love? It sounds strange, but science backs it up. We often assume we know what our loved ones feel simply because we're close to them. But according to studies in psychology and neuroscience, this illusion of transparency is just that, an illusion. Our brains tend to fill in the gaps with our own experiences, not always with the reality of the other person. Let's pause for a second and ask, when was the last time you really listened to someone you love, without planning your reply or waiting to share your side? How often do you assume you know what they feel, instead of being genuinely curious? The power of true listening. Listening isn't just about hearing words. Neuroscientists have found that when we listen with real attention and empathy, our brain's mirror neurons light up. These are the same neurons that fire when we feel an emotion or see someone else feeling it. This is the biological root of empathy. But here's the catch. Most of us, especially with people close to us, switch to problem-solving mode too quickly. We want to fix, give advice, or relate everything back to our own story. Try this experiment. Next time you're in a deep conversation, resist the urge to offer advice right away. Instead, reflect back what you're hearing. It sounds like you've been carrying a lot of stress lately. I can imagine that made you feel pretty alone. I've felt something similar before, but tell me more. What's it like for you? You'll be surprised. The other person will often go deeper, and you'll notice emotions inside yourself you hadn't seen before. Empathy is a two-way mirror. Here's something beautiful and a little uncomfortable. The things that trigger us in others, impatience, anger, fear, are usually things we haven't fully faced in ourselves. Psychologists call this emotional mirroring. By seeing it in others, you get a chance to understand and heal it in yourself. Ask yourself, why does this person's sadness or anger hit me so hard? When have I felt something similar but maybe couldn't express it? What can I learn about myself from this moment? Real-life example. Imagine your partner, your mother, or your friend opens up and says they feel lost or anxious. The easy route is to reassure them quickly, "Don't worry, it will pass," or to start sharing your own problems. But what if you paused, truly listened, and said, "Tell me more. I'm here. I want to understand." That simple act can change the energy in the room. You'll feel the shift, not just in them, but inside yourself. Science of sharing emotions. Studies show that just sharing how you feel with someone who listens, not someone who interrupts or judges, actually reduces stress hormones in your body. Your heart rate slows, your nervous system calms down. This isn't just spiritual, this is biology. And the effect is even stronger when both people listen to each other, not just talk about themselves. The art of asking good questions. Empathy grows when we ask open questions, not just yes or no ones. How long have you felt this way? What helps and what makes it harder? Is there something you wish I understood about what you're feeling? The big lesson. Loving deeply isn't about always agreeing or always having the answers. It's about being present, sometimes in silence, sometimes with words, always with curiosity. When you practice this kind of listening, you build bridges between hearts. You start to see, we all carry similar emotions, but express them in different ways. So next time you want to love someone better, remember, listen with your whole being. Let yourself be changed by what you hear, and use every emotion as a mirror to learn about them and about yourself. In the end, empathy is the only real way to know yourself and to love for real.